You're listening to Tehachapi with Key Budge, Corey Costello, and Greg Garrett.
Welcome to another episode of Tehachapi. I'm Key Budge. Joining me today, Greg Garrett. Greg, how you doing?
Good afternoon, Key. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing very good. It's good to have you in here. Usually we've got Corey joining us, but he's out and about, so you and I get a chance to.
Dividing and conquering, and it was my turn, so I'm happy to be here.
Excellent.
And super excited about the topic today.
The topic is great. Love Tehachapi, hashtag Love Tehachapi, has been with us for a couple of years, and they just do so much. My gosh, the work is incredible because they do it not to be self-serving, but to serve the community.
And really, love Tehachapi. Be kind. It's all about giving back and being part of the fabric of this community. Not just the city, but the fabric of the entire community.
Exactly. And Nicole Hamblin will be joining us here in a few minutes, and she is the coordinator, and it's been great to work with Nicole. So looking forward to talking to her and really getting to what they're going to get planned this time. But before we get to Nicole, we're closing out winter, and winter is leaving with a bang.
Well, leaving with a little bang. We didn't get much, couple inches of precipitation this year. I wish we would have got 2 or 3 or 4 times the amount that we received. A little snowstorm overnight, but yeah.
But still enough to close the freeway again.
There you go. My goodness, right? I don't know. It's we could have another podcast on and I don't pretend to be an expert with, public safety or how to keep snow and ice off the roads and this and that, but we've got a lot to do.
Well, one thing we did do is we did share our past podcast with Christine Nadler from Caltrans about how they communicate and get out real-time information for those that are out and about. So we did push the podcast back out again.
And Christine's been doing a great job. So is the entire Caltrans crew, California Highway Patrol, Tehachapi Police Department, on and on and on, right? There was a little more than we could handle. And when one truck does something silly, an accident, it really, the dominoes start to fall.
It's about collaborations, one collaboration after another, and we do that through our other government organizations. And today we're going to talk about another collaboration, but this time with this volunteer organization.
Let's do it.
Let's welcome in Nicole Hamblin. Nicole, welcome again to Tehachapi, a 2-time guest to our show.
Thank you, Key and Greg. It's always fun to get to hang out with you guys.
Another fun project that's coming up that Love Tehachapi is going to be putting together. And what's cool is the Love Tehachapi group. The first time I got a chance to work with Nicole and all of the great members of Love Tehachapi was through the neighborhood improvement project that Chief Krager put together over on the north side of the tracks along Avenue J and that neighborhood right there. And it was a great experience because I didn't hear a single complaint. And you guys just rolled up your sleeves, you got dirty, you got sweaty, and you got the neighborhood clean.
It was so fun to get invited to be a part of something that, the chief core of Love Tehachapi really is to love, to serve, and to spread joy. And serving is one of those things that I don't care what kind of mood you're in. If you can go out and do something for somebody else, it's like it changes the whole shift of your thought process and how you feel. And getting to be a part of what the city and chief organized that day was such an honor for us. We met new people, built relationships, worked alongside some of those neighbors in that community, getting some stuff out of their house, making them feel better about their space. And then, it's fun. It's fun to do things together. Nobody wants to clean out their garage by themselves, right? So if you rally a bunch of people together and then having the city, have those rollaways there, it made it super easy for us to just gather that stuff and have somewhere for it to go. So really, we provided maybe some people and some smiles, but other than that, it was super fun to get to be a part of that.
Creating a lot of positive partnerships with the city employees, public works, volunteers, waste management, Kern County Public Works, with the gate fees, all those different things are coming together. And you're right. I was thinking about when you said, no one wants to clean out their garage. But if you have somebody that, whether it's your wife that says, come on, let's get going and let's clean the garage, or whether it's Love Tehachapi, let's just clean up this street, right? You might not have a truck where there's a couch in your backyard. You don't have a truck to take to the dump or donate it. then somebody comes along and says, let me help you. It just takes a spark to start the fire, if you will, and get things going so that people are a little energized and some positive energy is put into, injected into the area.
And building community and relationships is, again, one of my, what just makes me super excited. I love people. So that's one of the things that I get excited about is meeting people. But we live in such an amazing city, right? I mean, Tehachapi is glorious, whether it's, the people, the scenery, the things that we get to do here, what we have available to us. And to keep that going, and I've said this for a couple of years now, is you have to keep that investment going. You have to look at your streets. Do we need to pick up trash? Does our neighbor next to us, are they having a hard few months and they need somebody to do their lawn for them? Having our eyes open and our heartbeat on what's really going on in Tehachapi is going to continue to make this place amazing. And people live here for a reason. They come for a reason and they want to be here. They want to raise their families here. They want to retire here. We are so blessed to have that whole spectrum, right? So having our eyes open is one thing that we're hoping to keep in the heartbeat of Love Tehachapi, saying, what's going on? Where do we need to help? What do we need to do? And last Thursday, we did just that. We all got together and said, what needs to happen? Where do we need to go next? And so we met and we got that ball rolling. And I'm so, so excited about what's coming next. So
let's talk about, one thing that before we get into exactly what's going to happen in the next event is when I think back to what we did the first event. And I know you saw this, Nicole, and it was one of the things that really stood out to me, Greg, is as we were going through the neighborhood along J Street, that neighbors started coming out and helping neighbors. Mm-hmm. When they saw that these people that came into the neighborhood that didn't live there, that just says, hey, we want to help and let's see what we can do to help you. Then people stuck around. Mm-hmm. After their yard was taken care of. They went over and started helping the next door neighbor and the neighbor across the street and down the street and people they didn't know. And I thought that was my big takeaway, is it gets contagious. When you do something positive and there's not an agenda attached to it, that people see people being genuine.
Right. You can't overlook the fact that when somebody is positive, if you see somebody in the store and they say hello to you or they're courteous and they let you go in front of them, things like that really trigger some really endorphin in your brain, something that's happening it's catchy and you want to pass it along. And that's what we're doing here. That's what Love Tehachapi is all about. It's not just a cleanup, even though the cleanups do really positive things for the community. We're bringing up property values. We're allowing people to pull themselves out of a rut, maybe helping them a little bit. It's more about helping each other, and it takes a village to really raise children, to keep our streets clean, to keep public works going. The police department is a community police department, right? You can't just police people. You have to have community policing, right? So this is it's the fabric of who we are and what we stand for in this great community.
Well, there is a statement or philosophy in community-oriented policing. It's the broken window theory.
That's right.
And if you allow that broken window to remain broken, you're going to have another broken window.
That's right.
But if you go fix that window, it just shows that someone's there and someone's taking pride, someone's caring for something, and it just sends that little message. Right. So I think, in essence, I don't want to just say you're the broken window theory here, Nicole, with Love Tehachapi, but I'm able to relate to it from my community-oriented policing days and say, this is really what it's about. And when I saw how it got contagious and people wanting to, hey, I'm going to stick around and I'm going to help someone else down the street,
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and for those that aren't familiar, we've participated in neighborhood cleanup, but we've also done other fun off the wall things. We've done free car washes. We have done not only neighborhood cleanup, but the yard cleanup, where we've gone in and taken a yard and transformed it for somebody because, again, maybe they can't do it. And the cool thing about Love Tehachapi, and I always have to share this, is we are a no strings attached. We don't ask anything. Even if we show up to your property and we say, we're going to do this for you, you can sit in a lawn chair and drink iced tea and have a relaxing moment. We don't ask anything. And the reason is because love true love should have no strings attached, right? We love because we've been loved, and that it's just a passing on. That moment that you've been in Starbucks sitting in the line in your car and you get up to the window and they say, hey, you don't have to pay. That there's no greater feeling, right? You're like, wow, somebody who doesn't even know me bought my drink today. And most of the time, what are you inspired to do? Boom, I got the car behind me. And so that's really, like you guys have said already, that fire that keeps spreading. We don't do it because we want anything out of it. We don't need recognition. We don't need, anything. But I have found in the last 2 years, most of the time, we go out and do some event day. I've got multitudes of people going, how do I join next time?
Right.
How do I get involved? What can I do? Where can you use me? And it's just because they are so excited about what just happened to them that they cannot wait to pass that on to somebody else. So it's, if we get associated with broken window syndrome, that's fine. We'll totally grab that and run, because I would love for Love Touch to be known in the idea of spreading just happiness, putting a smile on people's faces, seeing people that maybe didn't feel like they were seen for a very long time, or loving people that just, maybe they're down and out, maybe they're hurting, maybe they're going through a hard time. It doesn't matter. We don't have a qualifications of how we choose this. It's totally random, which makes it even more fun.
With that in mind, we came across people, we had senior citizens, and they physically couldn't do it. We had some that had recently had surgeries, and they physically couldn't do it. Others that didn't have the truck or trailer, as you mentioned, Greg. It was across the board, in a neighborhood, and people, and no one knew each other. But just by going out and talking and saying hi and saying, how can we help? All of a sudden you start to hear a little bit more of their story, and you just go, this is the reason why we need to do this. So let's talk about what's coming up here in April, because this is pretty cool. We're kicking off 2021, and you're rolling up your sleeves, and we're ready to go.
Yes. Yeah. It is no secret that 2020 put all of us in a different stance. So we still had some Love Tehachapi last year, but it did look a little different. And we are going forward in 2021 with no fear. We want to do this. We want to jump in and love on this city. I will start with the disclaimer. We'll always be very aware of guidelines and anything that the city is informing us of, or the county. We will not disrespect in any way those rules or guidelines. We treasure our leaders in directing us in those positive ways. So coming up in April, April 24th, which is a Saturday, we will come out again into our community, and we've partnered with the city. We've partnered with the Parks and Rec Department. We've partnered with churches, individuals, families. We have some great people, without giving names, because I just love some of the people that have joined us and what they're already doing. One of the highlights that we'll get to bless this community with is we have an amazing woman in our community that started a book registry via Amazon. And what she did is put up lots of books that could be purchased. And there's so many reasons why I like this. Because I'm a book nerd. I love to read. And I think books take us to places that are just healing, restorative, freeing, an escape, all those things. But books can be expensive, and not every family has maybe the resources. If you're concerned on how to put food on your table and pay your rent, books are probably not on that list. And yet we have had over 125 books off of this registry purchased for a community of kids here in our Tehachapi. I just, without breaking down and crying and getting all icky on you guys, I'm in awe. I am in awe. This registry that was put together gives access to people in our community that might physically, because maybe they're not able to physically leave their house. Maybe they're going through some type of hardship, but they could get on this registry and they could purchase a book for a kiddo in our community. And that gives them access to participating in Love Tehachapi, where maybe physically they can't come on site on the 24th, but they can do the registry. Oh, love that.
And the books are going to be given away at the event?
At the event. So far, all kids are getting a book. That is already, and this registry was opened a few days ago. So kudos to this community of Tehachapi people who think more of others than themselves. I will not be able to put in words what I found out from that registry, what is being told to me of this information. I'm without words to say thank you. Thank you to everybody that sat down, pulled up this registry, bought a book. I've heard great stories from people that are purchasing the book. These are books that I read to my babies, or these are books that I use in my classroom, or these are books that I found are such great connectors to little kids. All the stories are there. And I thank you, each one of you who have purchased a book unselfishly to gift to a kiddo. And that is so exciting.
And if anyone's interested in maybe purchasing a book for that program, the information is available on the hashtag Love Tehachapi Facebook page, correct?
Yes, it's on our Facebook page. It's there. It's a quick, easy, just click on the link. And the cool thing is again, you've got the pictures of the books, and most of the books are very inexpensive. The gal again that has put together this registry was she's just so great at giving a beautiful selection of books. They're on there. There's all ages are represented, represent all reading levels are represented. It was very well put together. So I'm very, very impressed with that. And again, that it's a tax deduction if you want it to be. We can also give you that information if you're needing that. But yeah.
And that's just a portion of it. I mean, this is a cleanup project.
You just read my mind. I'm thinking to myself, okay, I came in here thinking we would talk about a cleanup event, but we've expanded it such that, life is a crazy journey. If you're lucky enough to grow old, right? It's a blessing to grow old. But through that journey, you're a young child, and then you're a young adult, and then you're married with children maybe, and different jobs and finances and different things. And at different points in your life, you can and you should give back, right? Not everybody can give back today, right. But if you've given back, if you give back at some point, it's your duty. And it should be an honor to be able to give back, whether it's a financial give back or just a workday give back or just a kind smile and hello, right? It can be very simple. Yeah. But it's give back. It's all about giving back.
Can you see though why thank you, Greg, because you're right. It is a cleanup in a neighborhood. And I totally skated past that because I'm easily distracted. Books. But that's one portion of this day, right, on the 24th. So another portion is we are coming, waste management rollaways, into an area designated, and we were going to come to this community. We will let them know ahead of time with a flyer saying we're coming on this date during this time. And what we want to do is help them spring clean, because who doesn't need help spring cleaning? Everyone is going to have some stuff, whether it's in their yard, their garage, their back patio, that they're going, oh, what am I going to do with this? I need help. I need help lifting this couch, or I need help getting this pile of leaves off of my, my front lawn. So we're coming. Love Tehachapi's coming. We've got some manpower. We've got some girl power. We've got some trucks and trailers. We've got the stuff. And we're coming into this community, and we're going to say, we see you. We love you, and we want to help serve you and serve alongside you. And we're going to help this cleanup. We're also bringing in some yummy food to this group. That all the details haven't been worked out there, but I'm a girl who not only loves books, but loves food. So I'm bringing some food. We are bringing in some gifts to this community again, to show them that we love them. They're worth it. They're valuable. Those gifts will correlate a little bit to Earth Day, with no secrets revealed there, but also there are some great kiddos in that neighborhood. And so not only will they get books, but we're hoping alongside with Parks and Rec to bring some more fun stuff to them again. So again, I like to say at every time we present a Love Tehachapi idea is we can do as much as this community wants to do. And that means we need people, right? Yep. So the people that can buy the books have been doing that. They've been showing up that way. The people that can come help do this spring cleaning, we need you to show up in that way. The people that want to help serve food. I mean, there's so many different ways. When we set out a couple years ago to set up Love Tehachapi, if you can't tell, Key and Greg, I'm a little bit of an extrovert. I am a people person. I'm not nervous. I'm not shy. But I'm married to somebody who is a little more internal, not so external. And so for him to serve isn't on the front lines. It's in the background. And so he'll be doing the truck trailer cleaning up the trash, and he is as happy as a clam there. So this Love Tehachapi is for all of us, those that want to be around people and those of us that would rather be in the background being a little bit more quiet. It's all invited, all get to play. I've got families that bring their kiddos out. We'll be picking up trash in this area too. So if you love to use the little trash picker upper and wear that high vis vest, we've got you.
How can people participate?
You read my mind again, Key. I thought to myself, if you wanted to sign up, because if you're going to be behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, how do you sign up before or do you day of? Can you explain that a little bit for us?
Yes, great questions. We've seen both happen in the past, to be honest, preferably beforehand, because then we got to kind of get you in your sweet spot and set you up and make you feel that day that you're confident, you know where you're going, you know where to show up. So preferably before, and literally you can message through the Facebook Love Tehachapi Facebook page. You can email me, Nicole at NicoleHamblin.com. All of that is also available on the Facebook page. But if you want to wait day of and just kind of watch for that information on Facebook, I get it, because some of us, we don't know our schedules, right? We're middle of March. We don't know where we're going to be in the April. So either way, we just want you to know that you're also seen as a volunteer. And so many people have come to me in the last couple of years and said, thank you for giving us the opportunity to give back in a really practical way. Because again, they love living in Tehachapi.
Nicole, I was just thinking about something. Love Tehachapi is not just this event. And you've said this over and over again. If you know somebody, your neighbor, that might need help, go help them tomorrow. As soon as you're done listening to this podcast, or help them next weekend, this weekend coming up, right? Go help. So it's not just a one-day event. Earth Day is not just a one-day event, right? Key, you and I talked about this. People get excited about Earth Day, and I'm excited that they get excited about Earth Day. But guess what? We need to manage our earth and our resources every day. I was cleaning along where I live just this last weekend. I got a trash bag, and I do this very often. I went up and down the street and filled up a trash bag and a half of just stuff, that flies out of people's pickup trucks and whatever it is, right? But if you know somebody that needs help, go help them right now. Go offer something to them, whether it's hard labor or money or just a smile.
It's really that easy.
Yes,
we can do that. We can make a positive change for somebody just by doing it.
Send somebody a text with a happy face. Say, hope you're having a good day.
Yeah.
Yes. Great point. You nailed what Love Tehachapi is. It isn't just, we officially get together a couple times a year and put on an event day, but it is our heartbeat that we're doing this every day. Big, little, all the stuff in between. And Greg, you're spot on, and Key, you're spot on of just do the thing you see right in front of you. Open the door.
Tehachapi is an all-American city. We might not have that badge officially from that particular organization, but we are an all-American city. And let's showcase that. Let's let people know that, but not sing it to the heavens. Just let them see it happen organically.
Yes. Yeah.
So
yeah.
let's,
love is in action, right? Right. That's kind of been the theme going through this is what are we doing to show that we love each other? What are we doing? And, I'm so in tune with what you just said, Greg, speaking about it is one thing, but we can speak till we're blue in the face. But what we see being done in the city is the true truth of how this is going on. And so, yeah, keep doing the things. This is a great community. I'm so proud to get to live here. I'm so blessed. And it starts, it's all over. It's in our leadership. It's in our churches. It's in our businesses that have held on. It's in the schools, all of us. It takes all of us, and we're doing the right things. So just keep doing them.
We talk about friends and family. We love our friends and family. But when family gets together, weddings and funerals, why is that? Yeah. Why can't we just get together more often? Not as a big group necessarily, but don't wait for a funeral to get together. Pick up the phone, send a text, go to the house, say hello, send a letter in the mail, a card in the mail. Can you imagine?
And one thing I'll say is, When people need help, they don't ask for it. And those that are, whether they're medical or they have a disability, they don't bring that up. So if you notice something, you can do something and just do it. And those are impactful moments for them, or if they're a caregiver and something happens that's just positive without being asked for. It's one of those where you can just kind of sit back and go, wow, I needed that.
Yeah. Our police officers, every day they're out in the field and you hear all these horror stories, police brutality, different things. But our police officers are on the beat every day and they're helping people. They're assisting our residents or our visitors. Adventist Health, the hospital on the north side, every single day. They don't turn anybody away. They are a community hospital. They want you to come in the hospital and be treated for your ailment, whatever it is, no matter your color, your creed, your insurance. You're welcome to come in the doors. They want you to be healthy.
So let's recap, Nicole. Saturday, April 24th, it's going to be Love Tehachapi Day here in Tehachapi, and it's the first event of the year. And every time we've talked about it over the last couple of years, we put photos on our social media. People always ask how they can help. I want to be involved in the next one. So again, let's share that contact information on how someone can help on April 24th.
We want you to come help because we want to meet you and we want to do life with you again, because we're a community. But most importantly, we want you to get that little inkling inside you that says, yeah, this is easy. I can do these things. Again, we've got all different things for you to be a part of. So if you reach out, if you are on social media, we are on Facebook, just under Love Tehachapi. If you don't have social media, but you are interested after listening to this podcast, send me an email, Nicole, which is NICHOLE at NicoleHamblin.com. Or I will even share my phone number because you can have privy to that. It's 661-221-1196. And if you have more questions about what we're doing on that day, or you say, oh, I have a whole group that I would love to have us come join you, I would love to have that conversation with you and get you involved in whatever ways you feel comfortable.
So we're going to have a cleanup of a neighborhood. We're going to have some special virtual book drive leading up to it, so children's books can be given to the kids in that neighborhood. We've got, you said Parks and Rec is involved. We've got the Kern County Library is involved.
Yes.
That they stepped up and they were going to do something special for that day as well.
I believe, thank you, Key. That reminded me. Yeah, I think they're putting together some arts and crafts for us. And it sounds like it will be a very, friendly, COVID friendly. It sounds like it's a kit that those kiddos will get to then put together on their time. Yeah.
So it's a whole package of things that are going on in a few hours. And if you'd like to get involved, reach out to Nicole through whether it's Facebook or email and phone number that she shared, and it will be an incredible experience.
So we love Tehachapi 24/7, 365, but we happen to have a Love Tehachapi event on 24 April.
And we invite everyone in our community to participate. Nicole, thank you so much. Is there anything that we didn't bring up that you wanted to mention?
No, I'm so grateful for not only you guys in the I know you do so much behind the scenes, but this podcast to get out some really great things. Not only Love Tehachapi, but we get to hear about the school district, Parks and Rec, all the fun things that you guys bring to us. So I think that this is a beautiful avenue of spreading what is great in our community. And you guys are doing a fabulous job with that. So thank you for inviting Love Tehachapi to be a part of it.
What I think Nicole's one of our subscribers.
I finally met a subscriber.
I am.
Well, Nicole, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Look forward to the 24th. I know I'll be out there, and it's gonna be a powerful day. I'll put it that way.
I agree. Thank you, guys. Have a great afternoon.
You too, Nicole. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
So, Greg, what do you think? Love Tehachapi, April 24th.
That was a powerful conversation. Very inspiring.
When you've got the community rolling up their sleeves and saying, we want to help take care of the community, that says volumes.
It does. And I've said over and over again, Tehachapi is full of people that choose to come here and live here and work and play and raise their families, and they want to be involved. Tehachapi has amazing people, amazing neighborhoods. It's so diversified in a strong way.
Exactly right. We invite you to reach out to Nicole and the Love Tehachapi team. Go hashtag Love Tehachapi on Facebook. You'll go right to the page, and you can see some photos of some of the past events they've done, some of the cleanup work. And it doesn't matter who you are or what you do or your physical ability. There's something that you can do to help, and it's all right there on that Facebook page. Now, there's a couple other things coming up in April. We talked about Earth Day is in April, and it's very close to this day. We've got the Guardians of the Earth are going to be out picking up trash on the 19th.
I saw a video about that. Yeah, good job.
They're going to be out. They're looking for volunteers to meet at the Gracian's parking lot there on Tehachapi Boulevard at Denison.
Okay.
On Monday the 19th at 9:30 in the morning, and the city's going to bring trash bags and the trash picker-ups and safety equipment, safety vests and gloves, and they're going to be picking up trash along Tehachapi Boulevard.
We're so grateful. There's certain hot spots in the city over by Home Depot, Love's, Pilot Travel Center, Tehachapi Boulevard. When you open your car door, your wife opens her car door, napkins go flying, right? They're just hot spots. You can clean up trash a day or two later. So we just really appreciate the volunteers that assist us in that trash pickup. It's super important.
And we've got another one that we're working on. Starbucks has reached out to me from the district office, and they would like to do another day here in Tehachapi in April. We haven't picked the date yet or the areas, but they want to do something. And this is from the region, which includes Bakersfield. And they said, hey, we should come up to Tehachapi this time and make sure we take care of the area that supports our business.
That's great.
Yeah, I thought that was really nice. So I'm working with them trying to put that together. But
corporate America is pitching in. Good job. We've got grassroots people, citizens, and corporate America, and everywhere in between.
Right. And it's the collaborations. We seem to be talking about it every episode about these different collaborations, and that's really what this is all about. There's no reason it has to be us against them. If we all work together, we can get to the end point, to the goals that we have. And like you said, you don't have to be a part of a group just to make a positive change.
Well, and some people, you just see some people doing the right thing, picking up trash. You see a guy just picking up trash, right? He's not part of an organization necessarily. He's just committed to being part of the community.
It's easy to do. It's easy to look past if you're not mindful about being in the moment, being present, and just taking a beat. Just taking a step and saying, you know what, I can do that. I can help over here. I can whatever it is. And this year, and I think I'll give the pandemic a little bit of the credit for this. That at least in my end of what I do here at the city with community engagement, have really looked for things that we can be involved in that support the community. It's not just one area, but it's really, we look at, when the Rotary needed help with their senior citizen food drive, we said, yeah, this is something that we need to be supportive of. And what can we do? And we helped make that a success. I mean, it was the Rotary's event, but we were there to say, yeah, we can be a part of this. And there's been some other things along the way with all the blood drives that we've done throughout the past year. And we always step up as a community. And we may, as the city, may sponsor something, but that's not what makes it work. It's our residents that make it successful.
That's right.
So I'm looking forward to 2021, and this is just one of the events that I think is going to be a key moment for us this year.
It's going to make a difference.
I think so. So, Greg, anything else that we've got going on? Got things that are cooking that we want to share? You know what? We did have a conversation with Adventist Health Tehachapi Valley the other day.
So super excited about getting Adventist on the podcast, on more of our social media platforms, different things. Every month of the year is some sort of, awareness month. So we want to start with that. But we have some new leadership, a new president at the hospital, and some changes that are happening within Adventist. Good stuff, right? We have amazing people doing amazing work at our hospital, their mobile vaccination clinics, so many things. I don't want to give it all away, but I'm really looking forward to a specific podcast that we can talk to them about how they're making a difference in our community.
And they want to be a part of our, whether it's the daily conversation in our families, and they won't really kind of stressed how they want the community to understand they're there to support us as a community.
Well, we just got started into that, but then COVID hit.
Right.
But as you point out, Key, things have changed. We've sharpened our pencils. We know more about how to communicate better. So does Adventist and lots of other people. And so we're going to be putting that talent, to work in our community.
They have agreed. We asked them if, and we say them, Adventist Health Tehachapi Valley, to be a part of our podcast coming up in the next few weeks, and also throughout the year, and maybe provide some healthy segments that we can share with the community. Like you said, there's monthly topics that need to be addressed in the medical field. This is colon cancer month in March, and that was something that they wanted to discuss, that they're very supportive of making sure people get their screenings done, and you can do that at Adventist Health Tehachapi Valley. So we'll really kind of dig into that conversation about all the things that they offer at the facility as it continues to add things, a little tease for something that's coming up.
That's right.
as they grow what they're able to do for us. So, and that's thanks to a lot of generous donations that come from our community that help support that.
There you go. There again, right?
Yeah.
People in this community that happen to have some cash, a lot of cash, and they're putting their money where their mouth is, right?
Right.
And we're all benefiting from that.
And we'll find out more about that here in the next few episodes when they join us. So that'll be another nice one.
Yep.
Well, folks, what we'd like to do is invite you to send us your comments and thoughts. We'd love to hear from you. If there's anything that is going on that you'd like to hear us talk about, let us know. Send us an email, media@tehachapicityhall.com. And also we ask you to tell a friend, follow us, and subscribe for free, and write a review if you get a chance. We appreciate the thoughts and comments. So, Greg, thanks for taking the time today and sitting in the seat. And we'll give Corey a hard time next time we see him for not making it.
There you go.
All right, folks, thank you for joining us. We'll catch you on a future episode of Tehachapod.
Tehachapod is a conversation about Tehachapi designed for the people who live here or who would like to know more about this mountaintop community. If you have a question you would like answered, email media@tehachapicityhall.com. We will try to answer it on a future episode of Tehachapod.